Hello, Leo, and welcome to the Astroflower weekly reading going from the 13th to the 19th of May. Have you seen what's going on in the sun? A lot of energy going on at the moment, loads of X flares, and it should really suit you because you're a fire sign, because it's mainly air and fire that's coming into the situation. Or being sort of extracted, but there is a bit of earth, bit of water as well, a bit of filament, a bit of a coronal hole. We're going to be going into that on Cymatic TV later on tonight if you want to see a report on those and how it's going to affect your chakras, your auras, your emotions, your mental state, physical side, and everything like that. That's going to be coming out there. So just looking at your flower, obviously you've got fire, fixed fire that goes around the top, and fixed earth that's around the bottom. But you do have this cardinal air that comes in from Libra, which is through this section here, and mutable air that comes in and changes into fire there. So you've got quite a lot going on for you in the way of ideas. And I think it's the ideas of converting, for water and earth signs, it's been just under the surface. But for fire and air signs, it's going to be much deeper. It's going to touch you much deeper. So we're going to be doing the reading here. Let's just see what's going on. We've got the overall energies here. We've got the karmic message for your relationship side, karmic message for your financial side, influence on the universe, influence on past self, future self, and the general outcome. Yes, we're going to be going old school. So, old school for the Astroflower, that is, in the way that I wish I used to do readings, and I'm revisiting them. Basically, it's absolutely beautiful. So basically, we're going to be channeling the message from each petal, and then seeing what the card sort of reveals to us. So I hope you have a lovely reading. Welcome to your reading. One thing I will say, this. I got you on your edge there, on the edge of your seat. But no, there's one more thing. It was about your monthly readings as well, because this is like, we're trying to tie it in here. And you've got the Tower on that side there, and the Five of Swords on your relationship side. And on your financial side, you have the Justice and Temperance card. So this could well be affecting as well this deep-seated belief system in love, our belief system in relationships, and also how you are you're being patient about your harmony and etc, getting things back into balance. Okay, so yes, now we're finally here. Sorry about that, blah blah blah. Whew. Let's get into Leo reading. So this is for Leo. We're on your overall energies. Let's just see what's going on here. It's a lot of heat, and you do have fire and air at the base of this petal here, and I think your overall energies here are trying to cool your inner fires, so you don't get caught up too much in that Tower moment and lose your situation in regards of getting involved in conversations or situations in regards to relationships that could be a little bit sticky. And it's also trying to keep you cool for that balance side and stuff like that. So it's really pulling in here and trying to, let's just have a look on the outside. I think it's coming from you as well. It's a real understanding deep from within you more than anything else. Yeah, a real choice. This is a deep choice for you here this coming week. And this energy that's going to be playing through this week is going to be reverberating for the next, during the whole week. So I think it's going to have a major effect on a lot of the readings. Yeah, you do. I think the overall energy is asking you to confront something, and this could have something to do with that Tower moment that we saw, and also the Justice, but it's asking you to confront something so you become a leader in your life. That's the only way we become the leader in our life, is by looking at situations and making a clear assumption about what is the evident path for us to follow. And I think this is what the overall energy is trying to help you help you to sort of recognize the evident path that you should be going ahead and following more than anything else. So it may it may feel like the world around you, your immediate environment, is really sort of yes, no sort of scenario here for you. On your karmic message here, it's like a Knight of Wands or a Knight of Swords, I think. It's That's where your choices are all about here, and I think it feels like you're going on a mission, and a mission of love, and it's a noble mission of connecting with other people in a very positive way, really, of which you're going to it. I'm not sure that that's how it's going to be received by certain people that are around you. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I think once you choose these profound choices that you have around you at the moment, I think you've got to start making it work for you. And this is what the Five of Swords was all about with that tower as well in your monthly reading. It's not getting involved in those sort of situations that deviate you from your path. And yeah, it's good to deconstruct our ideals and our belief systems so we can put in place new ones which are really good. And I think this is where you can turn the wheel of fortune in your favor. From the influence from the universe, this is more sort of like a striding onto victory because you've understood something. Yeah, the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is all about knowledge. He sat on a huge amount of understanding and knowledge of the world that is around him, and that's what gives him the abundance, the reassurance, the power or the position. And I think this is where this whole sort of victory comes in for you. Is through your understanding of how you are, and this is how you can turn the wheel of fortune in your favor. Your past self to your future self. That's pushing forward. It really is pushing forward. Yeah, let's get the Knight of Wands there. You're learning about you've learned about your passions, and you know you've put them to the test in a way. Um, and it's like sometimes you do some things because you're really passionate about it, and you know it may annoy someone, but if you don't do your own passions, you know, what do you do? So it's like you're learning how to put in action your passions without causing too much problems, but also securing your enjoyment in life, your engagement in life, and your future outcome here. This is a much more looser, it's lighter, there's a lot more sort of fragrance in it in a way. It's definitely you being really strong about these choices that you're making here, because I think you're going to realize that this is going to be fortunate. The changes or the choices that you're making and seeing that obvious and evident path, I think is going to make you stronger in the coming weeks. You've got to play with it at the moment, and you're making that transition between learning about it through to understanding about it, and that's what gives you the strength as you go forward, is because you know the situation. The general sort of outcome for this comes in from the outside world. It's almost as if like you're being, because you're making this choice, it's like people are recognizing that, and then people are coming to you rather than you having to sort of walk away from something. So yeah, I think this is you holding on and putting your energy, your emotions, your passions in a very particular way into certain relationships. And I think it's where people are coming to you. And I think this is where you've got to be strong and true to yourself and be a little bit patient about it all. Be a bit patient about yourself and how you sort of evolve the situation. But whatever it is, I would be very selective about how you put your emotions in regards to these choice here and how you physically engage with other people in regards to that choice. So you can really, be very selective about where you invest your time, money, effort, emotions, and love, basically. Let's see what's going on the karmic mission on your relationship, on your financial side. It's time to cash in. It seems like you've been pushing a lot, and now it's the time to receive. Yeah, it's the time to manifest. And that's what that solar energy is all about. You get all that fire coming down, that mutable fire coming down that side here of that. And that's going to allow you to sort of, you can use the pentacle and the fire here in the magician. So using your passion in a very physical way in order to get the results that you so wish without having to run around too much and do too much work, basically. Let's see what's going on in the universe. There's two things going on. There's one thing where you have to, you know, make sure those avenues are open for manifestation within your life. But at the same time, I think it's naturally growing in your favor. That's what it seems like. Yeah, 8 of Wands, a lot of communication, giving you a focal point more than anything else, I think. And this is where, you know, leaving the door open so it shines light from the universe. It's like being connected with the universe, but without paying attention to it. And this is going to allow your connection to your universal flow of where you're supposed to be at the right time, at the right place in regards to finances, jobs, businesses, projects, whatever you're doing is going to give you a real focal point. And it almost feels like the communication from the universe is crystal clear for you. That's what it seems to be. And that's helping you to manifest your future from your past to your present, or from your past to your future, sorry. Yeah, you can see there's a lot of work that's gone in. I think you've done a lot of foundation work. There was a big offering. Okay. Ace of Cups. Yeah, I think you've done the work. I think you've put your heart into getting that job. And it could well have been doing a workshop or doing an online course or doing education or investing in certain things. Whatever it is, you seem to put your heart into what you want out of life in the physical sense, in the material sort of sense. And that's to get, you know, like you've got that job, as I said earlier on, you've got that job, and now you're going to have to allow things to come to you more than anything else. On the future self, this is very abundant. A lot of happiness is going on there. Very abundant. Yeah, the Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. Sorry, look at that going straight through you here from the King of Pentacles. You got the Wheel of Fortune because you've made that choice, and that within your financial world, this is where you're allowing it to come to you. She sat at the tree of knowledge. She knows when the fruit is, that tree is going to bear fruit, and she knows it because she's done the work. And I think this is what this is tied into here, is you put your heart into it, you've got this focal point coming in from the universe, and now it's very clear for you how you can manifest your future success, basically, of whatever really concerns you the most. This is like you're breathing or opening up to something. Yeah, Four of Cups. Distilling this understanding from the past here, the messages, the heart, the input of how you put your heart into the action and how you manifest it is all of those sort of 3 cups there. And there is some celebration. Now it's turning that there, your past, into very much a future, and you've got to distill a lot of it. So, you know, you might have had ideas for a business or a job or a project, and your ideas might have been, you might have had multitudes of ideas that concerned it, but as time goes on, it became very obvious, as we do things and we learn as we go, that it needs to be slightly adjusted, or how you put your time and your heart into things, and you know, what sort of returns you get back from it. You know, there's a lot of assurance coming forth within that, simply because you're doing a lot of streamlined work and manifesting. And it's all about manifestation this coming week. And we can see that with the energies of the sun. Let's just go into the Light Seers card. Nurturing your future. Nurturing your future by making the right choice. Well, not the right choice. The choice that is evident for you, basically. the pathway, following a pathway, being a leader in your life, um, uh, by nurturing your own future. And when you do that, you're in a good place. Everybody's can be in a good place. So I think it's very good for you to nurture what you want out of life. Really important. With the Wheel of Fortune, you get the Two of Swords. That's twice here. Your Wheel of Fortune, I think it's here. It's sort of saying to you, this week here, it depends upon you. It depends on the engagement that you make in life. Will depend upon how things are going to turn out, basically. And I think here is like you've got to be very clear with yourself more than anything else, rather than clear with it's not that you shouldn't be clear with the outside world. It's not what I'm saying, but you need to be absolutely clear about what you want. Once you're very clear about what you want, then I think it should become very easy. Yeah, you get the Six of Wands with the King of Pentacles, huge amounts of abundance of success in regards of relationships, really joyous times. And I think people are going to start looking at you with real favor. I think if you're looking for love, now is the time to shine. And I think you're going to attract someone who's very, very secure in your life. Could even well be a Taurus or something like that. But whatever it is, because you're making this choice and involving that Wheel of Fortune, yeah, love is in the air. I think you're really attracting that. It's really sort of vaguely, it's like here, you've got to make that decision of whether should I stay or should I go in a way, or should I, should I ask this person out or not? And I think yes, pretty much. Especially with this, it's, with exploring your passions, you're coming into alignment with yourself, but you may have come into alignment with another person, and that choice could be about that other person. It could be a case of, if I want to nurture this relationship, we should really put it on a solid setting, as it were, more than anything else. Ace of Swords with the Strength. This is a brilliant influence from the outside world around you, really. In your future, be strong and true to your ideals of what sort of relationship you want, according to the choices that you're making and you're nurturing for a future. I'd be really strong and true to yourself here more than anything else. It's really, really quite powerful, the position that you can take this week, because this week is about taking positions. Did I not say that at the beginning? But everyone seems to have that within their reading. It's about taking positions. Yeah, King of Wands as well. Look at that, going from the Page of Wands to the King of Wands. This is a real progression for you, because you're being selective about it. King and queens don't just open their doors to nobody. You know what I mean? They're very select about who they allow through their door. Through the door to come and see them and speak to them. And this is, I think you've got to be a little bit about that. Being strong and true to your pathway. That's what that lion's all about in the background. It's coming up, this moment, to be really strong. And it's all about preparing this week, within your relationships. And I think you've got to be strong if you want to nurture love in your life, a particular relationship that really goes well for you. On your financial side, you've got the Wheel of Fortune with the Magician card. Look at that. That's just absolutely, it's absolutely bonkers. Brilliant. It's total thumbs up for you. It's on your financial side. You can manifest what you so choose. It's up to you, basically, at the moment, I think. And this is what those deep questions that you're being faced with at the moment. And these deep questions are going to it's going to so set you apart. It's going to create so much success for you if you really engage in it. If you listen, or if you allow the universe to give you that direction without questioning too much the coincidences of where you should be going, and really using it as a focal point, you're going to avoid any money loss and so forth. You're going to avoid being sort of losing a job and stuff like that. I think the information about how to complete this sort of Ace of Cups scenario within your life really does depend on you. It depends on how you engage with life. really does. With the Ace of Cups, you get the Nine of Pentacles. Once you started and putting your heart's desire into it, I think you have realized that there is rewards persistently upon your path, but they're not all ripe at the same time. And this is where you're now starting to understand that. You're now starting to get that. It's all about nurturing that sort of fruit as you go forward. And this is understanding, is putting your heart into it, is realizing what fruits are ripe at what times for you more than anything else. You know, let's just see what's going on with the Queen of Pentacles. You get the Queen of Cups. Wow. Wow. This is a beautiful connection here. Very, very fertile, joyous, and rewarding, financially rewarding, morally rewarding, spiritually rewarding, time rewarding. It's got everything in it, this future. You only need to nurture it. You really do only need to nurture it and engage in your own sort of beautiful way more than anything else. And with the page of, with the Four of Cups, you get the Page of Wands. Yeah, streamlining those things into one cup. You're going to have to learn about your passions. You've learned it on your relationship side. And I think it's now you've got to start implementing some of these some of these deep lessons that you're learning on your relationship side. You need to now apply it within your material world, and it will bring you the results. It will allow you to explore your passions more than anything else. And because there's security, emotional and physical, financial security that's heading your way. If you start engaging and manifesting and driving that wheel of fortune in your favor, rather than having to run around finding the fortune. There you go, Leo. Thank you very much for being with us. I really do appreciate it. I hope you get the best out of these readings. Thank you very much for sort of liking, sharing, commenting, which way you see fit, and the way you can show your appreciation through YouTube. Yeah, I will see you over at Cymatic TV, or I'll see you here, wherever way it is. It'd be lovely to see you again. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.